Moment of silence. I said a moment of silence. The industry has truly lost its way. Lord, the industry has truly lost its way. More specifically, the console area of the industry. Lord, what is going on here? The savior of the industry, the one that was, they were the chosen ones. That's what I was told. They were the chosen ones. That's what I was told. The industry needed to follow suit and follow them. They were the example. That's what I was told. Nasty work. Nasty, nasty work. Another moment of silence. This is crazy. The best deal in gaming. Nasty work. The best deal in gaming. The shining example. Console price increases. Game cancellations. Subscription service price increases. When will it end for the console gamer? Nasty work. Nasty, nasty work. And see, I hate to be the one to say I told you so. I hate to be the one to tell you I told you so, but
I told you so. I told you so. I told you so.
nasty work. Nasty work. Nasty, nasty work.
I told you so.
Is that this? Yeah.
I told you so.
Why is that not working? Hold up. Let me, make sure that's loud enough for y'all so y'all can hear the I told you so.
I told you so. I told you so.
You're going to be hearing that a lot during the show. But yo, what is good, people, man? It's your boy Persona, Gaming with Persona. And I can't say one half of the What's Up PlayStation podcast crew because there is no What's Up PlayStation anymore. So I'm just a guy. Just some random guy on the internet that you happen to come across their YouTube channel or their Twitter or wherever you may have found me. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy that, you know, plays video games from time to time. And does, you know, podcasts every now and then or throws up content on the channel every now and then. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. But yo, listen, shout out to everybody here, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. Listen, if you got work, hopefully I could get you through your work day. If you're on your way home from work or school, hopefully I could get you through your commute home. Listen, you might be at home cooking dinner, doing home with the kids. Hopefully I could get you through your session. Listen, you might be taking a shower. I I don't know. Cleanliness is closer to godliness. Listen, you might be having the matters with the significant other. I don't know. I don't know. I just appreciate you putting me on. Shout out to everybody here, man. Yo, Big Hardcore Gamer, what's going on with you, man? I appreciate you coming through. Henry Heck, what's going on with you? Kyle Ward in the building. Killer Cam for show. True GBB. E. Rice. Damien. The Wolf. Woo! Shout out to Wolf. Shout out to Damien. Shout out to my boys. El Matador. Hola, ¿cómo está? Muy bien. Muy bien. Let me know. Kratos99 in the building. What is going on with you, man? Kelvin Smith. Aaron in the building. J Gamer UK in the building. Stardust Zero in the building. Cobb Sanity in the building. A Gaming 50 in the building. Appreciate y'all coming through, rocking out with your boy, man. I know the impromptu when Persona speaks. It's like, dang, Persona, when you gonna do a show? You should do a show. Yo, I was in whose space was I was in? I was in Toronto space earlier, just randomly. I saw Barry was in there speaking, so I was like, let me jump in real quick. And I ain't know like the news, cause I really wasn't on Twitter or anything like that. So like when I heard them talking, I had to jump up real quick. I was like, hold up, price increase for Game Pass, huh? Not the best deal in gaming, not the most affordable deal in gaming. What about little Timmy and little Sally and little Billy? Huh? No way. No way would Philip Bartholomew J. Spencer do such a thing. Absolutely not. And so I was like, oh, damn. And then, I was just, looking through the timeline and just seeing everything and catching up on the news and everything. I was like, wow, this is like, it's a lot going on. So I was, on my way home from work, I was like, yo, man, I gotta, jump in, do a show real quick and talk about it, come out of retirement briefly, and give y'all a When Persona Speaks because, the news is just too juicy. So, we're going to talk about it and whatnot and give my perspective. And obviously, as much as, we're going to crack jokes and all that, like I always do, like, obviously this is a much more serious matter. You understand? So, like, obviously we're going to speak about it from a very serious perspective, but I'm always going to make it entertaining for y'all when whatever we're talking about. Even though your boy's in retirement, even though I don't do content like that, your boy's still going to entertain y'all and make sure whatever we talking about, whenever I do content, is going to be entertaining, relatable, and we're going to have a great conversation, man. So, kick up your feet, kick back, relax, and hope you guys enjoy this impromptu episode of When Persona Speaks. But before we do anything, let me just, round of applause for the folks in the chat. Another round of applause for the folks in the chat. Yeah, man. So listen, appreciate y'all again coming through, man. I see more people flooding in. Yo, the Floyd, what's going on with you, bro? Bree Sky in the building. Bree, how are you? Hope everything is all right with you. Kyle Ward says, I'm actually partially pissed off. The Zombies part of Black Ops 7 beta clashes with the Miku Festival and Cross Worlds, and I have work on top of that. Yeah, I know. Black Ops 7 beta is releasing at a crazy time. Like, a lot of things is releasing this week. It's kind of crazy. Gianmarco, what's good, bro? What's your PSN? You on that Ghost of Yote drop at midnight? Yeah, I'll definitely be on Ghost of Yote at midnight. I don't know if it'll be at midnight. Probably like later on that Thursday, only because I'm probably gonna be at my shorty crib. I don't know. I'll see. Yo, Jay Barry, shout out to Big Bro. That's my big bro Barry in the building. Appreciate you, Big Bro, always. Who else is here? Yo, C Fresh, what's going on with you, man? Gaming Grindhouse in the building. Welcome to Xbox Always Online 2025 edition. Yo, we're gonna talk about it, man. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it, gaming Jazz. We're gonna talk about it, Jazz. Yo, chat, we're gonna talk. I missed y'all too. Did y'all miss me? Put a 1 in the chat. First of all, I gotta get through the intros. Put a 1 in the chat if you're feeling great. Put a 2 in the chat if you're feeling okay. Put a 3 in the chat if you're not feeling that great at all. But if you're not feeling that great, we gotta get you to at least a 2 by the end of the show. That's my goal, to get you to at least a 2 by the end of the show. At least. We'll see. I got to get y'all to a 2. I want to at least get y'all to a 2. We're going to see. Get y'all to a 2. Okay, I'm seeing the 1s. I'm seeing Stardust with a 1. Nels with a 30. 2. Kyle at a 2. Kyle, you always at a 2, Kyle. Kyle, I'm going to try to get you to a 1 by the end of the show. Because you always at a 2. You always cranky, Kyle. So we're going to try to get you to a 1 by the end of the show, Kyle. We'll see. I might not be successful, but I got faith. You understand? You got to have some goddamn faith. And I got that faith. I'm seeing the ones. I'm seeing the twos. I'm loving it. Mac the Stampede in the building. What's going on with you? Captain Ply in the building. Appreciate you. Shorty, you said Persona. Oh, ha ha. Did I say that? Uh-oh. Who else is here? 30 a month. Insane, Barry. Yo, E. Rice, what's good, man? DeJuan Thompson in the building. Looking fit, bro. Pause. Yo, appreciate it, man. Listen, guys, I'm already at my goal weight. You know, we lifting heavy, we maintaining, we consistent. We just doing what we do, chat. We just do what we do, which is be consistent, eating healthy. You know, we pig out every now and then. I ain't perfect. You understand? I had some pizza. Last weekend, me and my girl, we went and got some pizza. You know, had some Cinnabon. You get what I'm saying? We vibed out. You understand? I pig out from time to time, but the point is to remain consistent. That's all, right? You can pig out. You can have your cheat days. You can pig out. Trust me, I do it, but I remain consistent. I make sure I'm getting my water in. I'm getting my protein. I'm eating my protein shakes and my string cheese and my eggs and my spinach and my vegetables and my fruits and my veggies. You understand? And my ground beef with my jasmine rice cooked in bone broth. Listen, it's all about being consistent, chat. It's all about being consistent. That's all. In the gym, doing what you do. It's all it's all about, man. But yes. You know, I haven't talked to y'all in a long time. So yeah, you know, we off the market, you know. Oh, you know, I'll leave it at that. We're off the market for now. I'll leave it at that. But yo, man, listen. I hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are, you know, happy, healthy, and safe. Like I said, man. I'm glad everything is good with you guys, man. You know what? Now, yo, Chips and Sticks in the building. Shout out to my boy Chips and Sticks, man. I appreciate you, bro. You know, definitely, definitely appreciate that. You know, shout out to everybody in the chat. Yo, put a 1 in the chat if you missed your boy. And be honest. Put a 1 in the chat if you missed Persona. Put a 2 in the chat if you ain't missed me at all. And you could be honest, all right? You could be honest. If it's a 2, it's okay. You understand? I ain't gonna penalize y'all. Don't get mad. This is a safe place and a safe space. If you ain't missed Persona, it's okay. All right? But, you know, throw 1 in the chat if you missed your boy. Put a 2 in the chat if you didn't miss me. It's okay. It's okay. I can take it, chat. I can take it. Chips said I'm a hater. It's all good, Chips. I respect it, man. Yo, Plus Ultra, what's good, man? Appreciate it. I'm seeing the ones though. I seen the ones. Yo, Devil Shooter was good. Sinister was good, man. Oh man, I feel the love. I feel the love in the chat. Y'all gonna make me cry, man. Y'all gonna make me cry. Y'all gonna make your boy cry, man. Oh man. My heart. My heart. Why is my computer like lagging like that? That's weird. Is it because of I think him. Excuse me. Oops, sorry about that. Persona got a baby on the way. Huh? Ah, no comprendo, eh? Ooh wee. Ooh wee. Nels, what you talking about? What are you talking about, Nels? Who told you that? Huh? Who told you that, Nels? Who the hell told you? Where you get that information from, sir? The audacity. Who told you that, Nels? Come to the front. Nels, I need you to come to the front, sir. Who told you that? Who told you that? The audacity. But oh shit, I gotta relaunch. Yo, I guess there was an update for Google Chrome. Cause like my Chrome is just acting weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me see if this fixes it. I ain't been on my computer in a minute either. So I know there's probably a lot of updates that I'm missing. So let me make sure I get this. You know, I should have and it's funny because I should have updated before I started doing my before I started doing that. doing the stream and everything. But I was just like, all right, let's just jump straight into it and kind of get things going. But yeah, I hope everybody's good. Like I said, man, I hope everything is all right with everybody. And yeah, man, we're gonna jump into it. Get into the show. I don't have too long, but I do want to. I did want to do a show and at least put my thoughts out there because this is something that we've been talking about for a while. And listen, I want to put the disclaimer out there. I always want to put a disclaimer out there whenever I do talk about these types of things, especially when we talk about Microsoft and we talk about just the gaming aspect of the business and just everything that goes on. I always like to say like anything that happens, obviously it's never a one-sided thing, right? This is always a double-edged sword in the sense of whatever Microsoft is doing, PlayStation is never absolved. PlayStation or nor Nintendo, but I'll say PlayStation because obviously that's my preferred place to play. PlayStation isn't absolved of any type of ridicule or any type of scrutiny, right? For those that have been following my content here on my personal channel, or even watch What's Up PlayStation podcast when it was around, that myself and also Bari, whenever we used to do our show on Saturdays, you guys know we used to be very critical of PlayStation, to the point where PlayStation fans were shaming me and Bari, like, oh, why you got like, you guys are complaining too much, or, you guys need to just be happy with getting the games and all. I've been very critical of PlayStation on this channel for years, right? And anything that we talk about today in terms of this, obviously we've spoken about ad nauseum when it comes to PlayStation and their price increases, both with the console, with games, with services, the removal of services like PlayStation Stars, the lack of offering when it comes to certain aspects of the PlayStation Plus tier system and things of that nature. And the reason why I'm reiterating this and saying this is because I know there's going to be the incels and weirdos that try to clip up the show and try to use it for their own talking points. So whenever they do that, I just want to be sure that this part is there as well, right? So that if somebody does come to watch this show, they can say, well, Persona said this as well. Why didn't you clip this part? You get what I'm saying? So PlayStation is never absolved of any type of scrutiny. And you guys know I'm always going to be critical of PlayStation. If anything, I'm more critical of PlayStation than I would be of any other platform, only because that is my preferred place to play. And that is where I essentially want to see, I put a lot of money and a lot of investment into the PlayStation ecosystem and into the PlayStation brand over the years. So I definitely want to be rewarded, So when you remove things or take things away, it's never a great thing. Or even price increases, right? I also want to say that as well. Price increases in any aspect, right? Yeah, we're talking about Microsoft or Game Pass in the sense of this show specifically. But price increases, especially when it comes to services, is never a great thing, and that is something that we've seen a lot this generation. More so specifically surrounding the console gamer. Shout out to Bari because Bari has talked about this a lot on his channel, and again we've talked about this a lot on Whoops, where the console gamer has really been the one to foot a lot of the cost, right? The barrier of entry when it comes to a console gamer has gone up exponentially this generation, and console gamers are left having to pick up the financial pieces when it comes to these big corporations like Microsoft, Nintendo, PlayStation, whomever you want to look at, and really having to pick up the financial pieces to recoup whatever losses or to increase those profits, whatever the case may be. Console gamers have been at the forefront of having to endure those financial requirements, right? And I think it sucks and it's unfair, right? And this is from both an Xbox, PlayStation, or even to a lesser degree, Nintendo perspective, right? So don't think because we are talking about Microsoft right now or talking about Game Pass right now, don't think that means that PlayStation is not also is absolved of any type of wrongdoing or absolved of any type of scrutiny. PlayStation has gotten their lashings. They've gotten their, they've trust me, we've talked about PlayStation a lot, and to this day, I will continue to talk about where PlayStation needs to improve or needs to, be better, right? But for the sake of today in this conversation, in this show, our focus is on Microsoft and on Game Pass. But I did want to, again, put that disclaimer out there for, the weirdos and people that may try to misconstrue this show or things that are talked about, or even the jokes that are made during the course of this show. You feel me? So, that's out the way. Shout out to everybody here, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. Nels ain't lying. Persona like Drake. He hiding his kid from everyone. Yo, y'all. Yo, listen. I don't got no kids yet. Yo, chat. I don't have kids yet. But you know, if I do have a child, I will definitely. That is something I will definitely make sure that folks in the community that have been rocking out with me for a long time. I would definitely let y'all know, like, oh yeah, your boy is becoming a father. That's something I definitely want to do. I definitely want to be a father. For sure. That's definitely a goal of mine within my lifetime is to leave a legacy and have my bloodline continue. But obviously, I want to make sure it's one with the right person, but two, I don't want to go into anything half cocked. No pun intended. I definitely want to make sure that the fiscal the fiscal responsibility that comes with raising a child is it's a big thing. It's a big undertaking. You feel me? And one of the things I don't want to do is I don't want my child. I ain't grow up with no silver spoon in my mouth. You feel me? I grew up in the hood. You feel me? That is not something. And not saying that if I were to have a child now, they really wouldn't experience that per se. But I just want to make sure there are certain goals and certain things that I want to achieve and make sure are set up before I bring a child in to ensure that they are as well taken care of as they can possibly be from my perspective. So, but yeah, I definitely want to be a father, for sure. Definitely can't wait to be a dad and whatnot. It's on my list. So trust me, it's it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of it's gonna be on my terms and whatnot, right? But I'll definitely let you guys know when that happens. And yeah, we'll go from there. Fathering is fire, but ain't no rush, big dog. These Johns ain't cheap. I got two of them. Good guys got mighty. Yeah, yo, trust me. I know. Shout out to the dads in the chat. I know there's a lot of fathers out there already, man. So like, shout out to the dads that are in their father. Shout out to the fathers that are in their children's lives and whatnot. That's a great thing. You feel me? And raising your child and leaving that legacy and instilling the principles and the thought process and the future leaders and citizens of society, just building them up, man. It's a big thing, especially for the fathers, man. It's important to have a man in a child's life, a strong man in a child's life, both for a son or a daughter, so that they have somebody that they can look up to from a male perspective, and one for a man, for its son, understand what it means and what it looks like to really be a man, a real man, right? And for a woman or for a daughter, looking at her father, is the first example of what, you know, what she looks for when it comes to a mate. She a strong man, a strong leader, somebody that exhibits those type of characteristics. Oftentimes, is what the daughter is going to look for too when it comes to selecting her mate and who she wants to build her life with. So, having a man, a strong male figure, or more so a father. I want to say a father. Having a father in a child's life is very important. So, for me, I'm definitely going to instill values into my children's life that are going to be, it's going to be everlasting. So I can't wait to be a dad, and I can't wait. I'm excited. When I become a father, it's going to be a great thing. And like I said, Chad, I'll definitely let y'all know when that happens for sure. I won't leave y'all in the dark on that. I know a couple of you, quite a few of you, are waiting for that big announcement of, oh yeah, I'm expecting a child. So I'll definitely let y'all know. Right. But all right, man, let's get into the show. Man. I got 3 daughters, Persona. My wife and I keep our shotguns ready. As you should, Damien. Listen, you got to make sure, man, everything good out here, man. You can't play around with that. You feel me? I'm scared to have daughters, man. Like I know how I am. You feel me? I want at least give me a son first, right? I'm not saying I don't want a daughter, because I definitely do. Just give me the son first, man. Please. And what the messed up thing is, they most likely gonna give me a daughter first, and then a son, and then knowing my luck, I'll probably get 2 daughters, and then I want to try a 3rd time, and then be like, oh, you want to try again? Again, it's his 3rd daughter, and it's like, listen, man, you're not gonna give me my son? Can I get just one son, okay? But knowing my luck, they're gonna give me a girl first. Most likely, I'm gonna get a girl first, man, because I want a son so bad. The universe and God is gonna be like, listen, bruh, who told you that? Nah, you getting a daughter first, my boy. So, and I know how I am. Whew, Lord of mercy. Yo, shout out to Stone in the building. Make sure you guys subscribe to Stone. I see Stone out here doing her thing with the emotes and the content. Excuse me, and the content and whatnot, man. Big shout out to Stone. I see you. I see everybody, man. I appreciate y'all. Franco Tech, what's good, man? Thanks. Oh, David, what's good? Thanks, Persona. As someone whose father didn't give a crap about them, it's the best thing in the world to see my son every day. Yo, David, that's what I'm saying, man. It's a great thing, being a father, being a mother, just being a parent. I think it's one of the greatest things. It's something I can't wait to experience. But again, like I said, I want to experience that on my terms, and I want to make sure that there's certain things aligned for me. But it is something that I can't wait to experience and become a father for sure. Yo, E. Kim, what's good? Who the hell is going to be enough of a sucker to pay $30 a month for Game Pass? Let's get into it. Yo, Lansville Paul, what's good, man? I see you in a minute. What you been up to, buddy? Welcome to the soon-to-be fatherhood. I mean, I don't know about no soon-to-be. Now, hold on now, brother. need to retract that soon-to-be bullshit back on. Call, delete that comment and redo that. You understand? Soon-to-be. Fuck it. Where you get this soon-to-be shit from? You understand me? Who the hell you mean soon-to-be? What? You might want to delete that and rewrite that, brother. Rewrite that shit. Nah, but yo, Lance, I appreciate you, bro. Yo, Fox and around. Shout out to my boy Austin out here, man. Appreciate you, bro. Yo, Lady Gamer UK in the building, man. Appreciate you. Yo, Wolf. Everybody wishing fatherhood on me, man. It's crazy. It's gonna happen though. I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all know for sure. But yo, let's get into it. Let's get into the show, man. I don't want to keep y'all waiting. I know where yo, Johnny Gaming, what's good, man? Yo, Shot City Gaming, what's good? I had a girl first and then 2 sons. The daughter will look out for you. Yo, real talk. The daughter, yo, this ain't, obviously this ain't a show about kids and having kids and all that, but just real quick, having a daughter, like it would definitely be. Cause I remember talking to my shorty about it too. It's like, oh, you saying you want a son, but you have a daughter, she gonna have you, you gonna spoil her. I'm like, yeah, yo, I'm gonna spoil her. Like, yo, the daughter, she gonna be spoiled, man. Like, she gonna be spoiled. As soon as I hold her, I know I'm gonna cry like a goddamn baby. Oh my God, that's my daughter. I love you so much. Like, yo, listen, I already know how. If I get a daughter first, I'm gonna love her to death. Like, real talk. She gonna be spoiled, man. I'm like y'all know right now, man. She gonna be spoiled. That's gonna be my little princess. Whatever she want, she could be like, yo, Dad, I want a pony. All right, we about to go on down to the stables and get you a goddamn pony. Dad, I want a Ferrari. All right, we about to go down. Like, yo, she gonna be spoiled, man. I already know she gonna be spoiled. Crazy, she gonna be spoiled. So, the son gonna be spoiled too, but not like the daughter. The daughter, that's gonna be daddy's princess. She gonna be able to get any and everything, man. She gonna be, yeah, for sure. She gonna be spoiled, man. She gonna be spoiled. I know it. I know she gonna be spoiled. I know it. But all right, yo, let's get into it, man. Let's get into the show, man. Yeah, yo, Damon, she gonna have me wrapped around her finger for sure. For sure. I ain't even gonna cap on that. She definitely will. 100%. Anything she wants, she gonna be able to get. Anything. She gonna be able to get. I already know it. Oh, nah, listen. You see, you see, Cobb Sanity, you went too far. You went too far and you disrespected me. You understand, Cobb Sanity? Would you get her an Xbox? Absolutely not. Absolutely, goddammit, not. Hell no. All right, maybe, for her, sure, I will. But we're gonna be a PlayStation household and a PC household and a Nintendo household. She ain't gonna want none of that. But yo, let's get into it, man. All right, let's get into it. My fault, chat. Let's get into it, man. We're getting a little too derailed. All right, yo. So the news, right? Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Listen, man. I told you so.
I told you so.
I told you so.
I told you so.
I told y'all so, man. I told y'all, man. Like, this is, and listen, I hate to be the one to say I told you so, but I'm happy to be the one to say I told you so because I told you so, right? One of the things that I want to make abundantly clear for me personally, right? I want to make it abundantly clear. Price increases aren't good, right? But one of the things that, and the reason why I'm kind of being like this is because of the talking points that we've had to endure for years from the Xbox mouthpieces, from the Xbox apologists, and certain media people and things of that about how Game Pass is the future and Game Pass is the best deal in gaming and Game Pass is this and being able to play my AAA games at a subsidized price is great for gamers because little Billy and little Sally down the street who can't afford to fucking eat needs this. You get what I'm saying? We've had to endure those talking points for years of like, buying ABK is great for gamers because everybody can't afford $70 games. So putting games into a subsidized service lowers the barrier of entry, which theoretically, sure. But now that barrier of entry, that threshold has now been increased. So the talking point a year or 2 years ago, especially when it came to ABK, oh, COD going into Game Pass is going to bring more people into Game Pass and lower barrier of entry, and this is just great. All these talking points that we had to hear and listen to through the whole ABK deal, it was ad nauseum. Oh, PlayStation money hadn't timed exclusivity and this and that. This is wrong. And, PlayStation is for the payers and all this dumb shit that we had to hear for years and years and years. It's now the roosters have come home to roost. Cock-a-doodle motherfucking do. I got some crow cooking in the oven. You got fried, baked, sauteed, jerked, whatever you want, because the crow is almost ready. A lot of people about to eat crow because now you look foolish. And the thing is, because I seen certain people today saying, well, this increase is not related to the ABK deal. Absolutely it is. Listen, I want everybody to understand something here. I need you all to understand something, right? Everything that's happening today, outside of the console price increase, obviously the console price increase that's its own thing, right? So the tariffs and real world things that's happening on top of everything else, like that's a multifaceted thing. So I'll leave that alone or push that to the side. But a lot of everything else that is happening here, I won't say it's 100% due to ABK or even the ZeniMax acquisitions, but I will say that those two acquisitions specifically are a big factor or a big proponent of what's happening, because you're seeing two things happen here. You're seeing almost $100 billion go into investing into acquiring these publishers, right? For Microsoft to position themselves in a way to where now they become the majority or become one of the bigger players when it comes to the third-party landscape of publishers, to where they have some of the biggest moneymakers under their belt. Why do you do such a thing? Especially when you look at a lot of those games, most of the money that's being made from those games isn't from a Xbox platform. Not saying Xbox gamers or Xbox platform doesn't contribute to the amount of money that's being made. I'm not saying that. I'm not. Oh shit, that's my girl. Oh shit. Hold on, chat. Oh shit. Oh. My fault, chat. Hold up. My fault. Sorry about that. All right, my fault. Sorry about that. All right, so like I was saying, so when it comes to the money that's being made from these acquisitions, right? And let's just use ABK for an example. Let's just use ABK. Most of the money from Call of Duty isn't made from Xbox. It's made from PlayStation and PC to a lesser degree, right? Or excuse me, PC then Xbox. PC then PlayStation. I forgot the splits, but essentially PC and PlayStation is the biggest money maker when it comes to that. When you look at King, most of the money is being made from mobile, right? No brainer. When you look at World of Warcraft and things like that, obviously most of the money is being made from PC. The point that I'm trying to make when it comes to ABK is most of the money that they're seeing is not coming from an Xbox platform, right? Now, obviously, these were some of the talking points that we were talking about initially when it came to ABK. But when ABK first happened, obviously and this is why I say, like, a lot of the Xbox apologists and the zealots and things like that. This is why, like honestly, I don't feel bad for the zealots. Now, I'm not saying the real fans that invest into the ecosystem and really wanted to see Xbox succeed and all these other different things. You're absolved of that, and those people know who they are. I'm talking about the zealots, the mouthpieces, the podcasters, the YouTubers, certain games media outlets or media personalities or people like that, or influencers that were pushing certain narratives and certain talking points. All in the name of what's best for the gamer, or all in the name of what's best for the industry, or all in the name of trying to push a certain agenda or a certain talking point of why, again, Game Pass might be the best deal in gaming. Game Pass is the best for the gamer because it's subsidized and lowers the barrier of entry. ABK acquisition needs to happen because PlayStation is money hatting this and timed exclusive this and that, and Microsoft needs to be able to compete. Remember what Satya Nadella said? Let us compete. Like compete in what, right? All these other talking points and things that was being talked about. I don't feel sorry for the zealots and the apologists at all. If anything, I'm laughing at you because I'm laughing at you, but I'm also pointing the finger at you as being not a direct reason that this is happening, but I would say that you have contributed to what we're seeing now with the downfall of Xbox, downfall of the Xbox console, and really the industry as a whole, not necessarily crumbling, right? It's not crumbling, right? But we are seeing chinks in the armor when it comes to the industry. Now, obviously, that there is multiple variables that comes to that as well. Obviously, the job market as a whole is not great, but obviously when acquisitions happen, you create what? Redundancies. So when redundancies are created, jobs are lost. When jobs are lost, again, layoffs happen. And again, I have to put the disclaimer out there because I know somebody, well, what about PlayStation? They shut down this PlayStation is not absolved of this. PlayStation has done this as well, and we've talked about this ad nauseum, both on WUPS and my personal channel, of why what PlayStation has done is wrong, right? But the conversation today is not about PlayStation, so we're not going to do the whataboutism. But I just want to throw that disclaimer out there. Now, let me pop the chat out real quick too. I want to be able to see you guys what y'all talking about, so we can really have that conversation. Hold up, let me make sure that we good. All right, there we go. So I can see everything here. So, one of the, so those are the things that I think we need those are some of the things that I think we need to also make sure that we understand, right? A lot of the apologists and these people that were pushing these type of agendas and narratives, they are partially to blame for everything that's happening because no one truly wanted to speak up. Everybody was so lackadaisical about what was truly happening within the industry. And I won't say everybody, but certain areas, certain parties were lackadaisical and being very dismissive of the writing on the wall, right? People were saying ABK needed to happen because Microsoft can't compete, but then are saying in the same breath that PlayStation can't financially compete with Microsoft because they're $1 trillion company. So if PlayStation can't compete with Microsoft because they're $1 trillion company and they're able to do these acquisitions the way they do, right? They're able to do the things that they do. And this was something that I asked specifically. How do you become $1 trillion company? Then how do you stay $1 trillion company? Because the ideology initially was that people were going to be pushing, that Microsoft was going to just foot the bill, that especially with ABK. Oh, Microsoft's just going to drop $70 billion. These games are going to go into Game Pass, and it's just going to make Microsoft a shit ton of money, and life is just going to be sweet, and we could just ride off into the sunset. Ha, ha, ha. Now we can play Call of Duty for a subsidized price. When in reality, what the ABK deal did was speed up the inevitable when it came to what was the writing on the wall. Microsoft going third party. Microsoft deprecating the console brand, the console itself. Microsoft increasing prices. And I said, yo, chat, I said this. I said this in spaces. I said this on my personal channel. I've said this all over the place, that when it comes to price increases, first of all, you don't make an acquisition of this size and not think that some of that cost is not going to be offset onto the consumer. You don't do an acquisition of this size. Anybody going into this thinking that they were not going to see some type of blowback for such an acquisition, one of the biggest acquisitions, not just in gaming history, in history of business, period. $70 billion that's not a little bit, that is a lot of money. And investors are going to look at something like that and say, Microsoft, we just footed you this bread. I want my bread back and then some. Because that's the thing. They're not just wanting to see that 70 billion recouped. They want to see the profits from even buying into or even in investing into such an acquisition. So we're not talking 70, we're talking 100 billion they want to see back, right? And I'm just throwing numbers out there, right? Like, we don't know what the exact numbers are, but I'm just, just for the sake of this conversation, I'm just throwing 100 million out there because that's just a nice round number. They want to see 100 million back. How do you do that? How do you sustain that? How do you do that, right? How do you continuously increase profits? Cut jobs, which they've done at a massive rate. Cut jobs. Cancel studios. Who's calling me? Yo, why? Yo, people are calling me today, bruh. Lord have mercy. People are calling me today. Sorry, chat. We're seeing price increases on Game Pass. See, and the funny thing is, Game Pass, again, you got the likes of Call of Duty. Oh, excuse me, I'm losing my I'm getting ahead of myself. What was I saying? Okay, we're seeing the price increase on games. We're seeing the price increase on the console. We're seeing games be canceled. We're seeing studios being shuttered and shut down. We're seeing less games and less risk. We're seeing certain things happen from the Microsoft or Xbox side of things. And now we're seeing that final, I don't want to say the final nail in the coffin, but one of the biggest things when it comes to the conversation around affordability, the biggest things around the conversation surrounding sustainability, one of the biggest things when it comes surrounding profitability, one of the biggest things when it comes to everything that we've been talking about for years since day one on 2017. And I keep saying this, man. I'm gonna keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. I don't think Microsoft should have been all in on. Microsoft shouldn't have been all in on doing day and date and Game Pass, because now they have shoehorned themselves into a corner that is now very difficult for them to get out of. That's one. Two, when you make acquisitions of this size, when you do things like Game Pass where it's day and date, what you do is, and again, this is Microsoft's own saying, cannibalize sales. The actual full price sale of the game. I don't give a fuck what nobody tells me. I don't care who it is. You're not going to sit there and tell me that 20 million people subscribing to a service is better than 20 million people buying a game at full price. You will. The math don't math. The math does not math. You feel me? I don't care who you are. I just don't care. You cannot tell somebody that 10 million or 20 million people buying something is not better than is less than 20 million people subscribing. Now, yes, money can be made because it's on a recurring basis, right? So if you got 20 million people subscribe to a service, right? Obviously, money can be made, profitability can be had, but the profitability of something like that goes back to you being able to sustain the amount of content that is within the service. So if being able to sustain the amount of content within the service while still maintaining profitability, you then see yourself going deeper into the red, because now you have to keep up with that content, and that content is AAA games, which we know the price of making AAA games has gone up. So if the price of making AAA games has gone up, what does that mean if that same stagnant 20, maybe 25 million subscribers is the same? What do? You then what? Increase the price of the subscription to keep up with the profitability margins that you expect from such a service. It's not rocket science. This shit is not rocket science. Because people are telling you, well, Microsoft made $10 billion last month from Game Pass. And again, I'm just throwing numbers out there. Okay, they made $10 billion. But how much did it cost to make those games and keep all those games within such a service while still being able to make everything else profitable? Because remember, Microsoft, the Xbox console itself is not selling. The Xbox games themselves are not selling, at least on the Xbox platforms. Where are you gonna make the money? Outside of going third party and doing all these different things, and then obviously doing time exclusive deals, and you putting shit on PlayStation and Xbox. You putting things on PlayStation, on Nintendo, on PC, all these other different things. You've got your hands in a lot of pots, and obviously there's a lot of things under the ZeniMax umbrella and under the ABK umbrella where those things are self-sustaining when it comes to the money that can be made, right? Call of Duty is a money-making machine, right? Fallout and all these other different things, like those things are going to make money, but they're not going to make money, or at least not as much money, on the Xbox platform. They will make money, but not as much as they would on other platforms like PlayStation or PC. So you're shoehorned into having to keep those things there as well to keep the profit margins at least at the level of what they were but prior to acquisition, while still also trying to increase the profit margins of a lot of these IPs and things that's happening to justify the $70 billion acquisition from Microsoft perspective, from Satya Nadella perspective, from Brad Smith's perspective, from the higher ups outside of Phil Spencer and team. We're talking the Satyas, the Brads, and what's shorty name? Amy Hood, or whatever the accountant chick name is that work at what's her name? Yeah, chat. Who that is? Amy Hood, right? The accountant, the CFO at Microsoft. Is it Amy Hood or Brad Smith? I know Brad Smith is the lawyer or legal. Chat, y'all know what I'm talking about. Listen, I've been out the game for a minute, man. Y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about, man. Anyway, and again, obviously we're talking about the business of gaming, and the reason why we're talking about this is because of the nature of the conversation, right? The nature of the conversation and the nature of the news, right? Because these are things that have been talked about ad nauseum for a long time. For a very long time, these things have been talked about ad nauseum. And now we're seeing the blowback from that. But the point where this is so fun, the I told you so.
I told you so.
Where the I told you so comes into play is at the fact that the very people who told you this is not a big deal, this is not the best deal in the game, all these talking points, egg on their face. And all you can do is point to them and laugh, while also still pointing to them and them sharing some of that blame. Now, obviously, ultimately, the blame is on Microsoft. The blame is on, obviously all that stuff for making certain, I think, business decisions to kind of put themselves into this position where they have to do what they do. But at the same time, you got to point at those influences. Not all, chat, not all. But you still have to point the blame. You still have to point the finger to them. You do. So now this is where we are, where now Xbox Game Pass. Let's talk about it. Where the price is at? All right. Our goal with Game Pass has been clear: deliver unmatched value, benefits, and a deep library of games for our players. Since launching in 2017, we steadily grown our subscriber and creator satisfaction, and today, creators' participation and player engagement in Game Pass are at an all-time high. But we have the opportunity for Game Pass to help more players find the creators and games they love. We know not everyone wants the same thing in their Xbox experience, so we're evolving Game Pass to offer more flexibility, choice, and value to all players, whether you love day one releases, discovering hidden gems, or playing across multiple devices and screens, and across Xbox consoles, Xbox on PC, and Xbox Cloud. Starting today, we're introducing the 3 upgraded Game Pass plans based on how players play: Essential, Premium, and Ultimate. Each includes expanded libraries, including PC titles, unlimited cloud gaming, in-game benefits, including Riot game titles, and a revamped rewards with Xbox experience. Today, Game Pass core subscribers will automatically move to Essential, standard users will transition to Premium, and Ultimate subscribers will remain in Ultimate plan. So with this Essential, you get 50 games now playable on PC, console, and cloud for $9.99 a month. Unlimited cloud, in benefits, gaming, riots, blah, 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 whatever. 200 games for the premium, now playable on PC cloud. So now they're unifying all that way. It's not separate, it's all one thing, which I think is cool. New Xbox published games within a year of launch. Unlimited cloud gaming with shorter wait times. In-game benefits, including for Riot games, online console multiplayer. Play and earn up to $50 a year in the store with rewards. Now here's the Ultimate, where most people are going to want anyway. Playing on PC, playable on PC, console, cloud, $30 a month, 75 plus day one games a year, including all Xbox published games day one, Ubisoft plus classics, and EA Play included, with Fortnite Crew coming in November. Unlimited cloud gaming at our best quality with the shortest wait times, and game benefits, including for Riot games, online console multiplayer, and play and earn up to $100 a year in store credit. At Persona, PS Plus looks really good now, huh? I mean, day and date is obviously going to be the selling factor when it comes to this stuff, but day and date really is now falling under that Ultimate tier, where now you're paying $30 a month, which goes back to the talking point of like, yo, the sustainability of this it's not sustainable at that subsidized rate that people are talking about. It's the same thing with streaming, right? Look at Disney. When Disney Plus first came out, that shit was $7.99 a month. Now that shit going to almost $20 a month. Look at Netflix. Netflix is what, 20? If you want the best quality, and Netflix is what, $20, $19.99 a month, maybe more. HBO Max, Hulu, all these other platforms. The point is the sustainability. And listen, shout out to Sean Layden. Shout out to my boy Sean Layden. I know Sean listening right now too, man. Sean always listening in the background. He incognito, right? Shout out to my boy Sean Layden, man, because Sean Layden been talking about this for God knows how long when it comes to the sustainability of all of this, man. How AAA gaming has gone too much and it's too expensive. And Sean, listen, shout out to the prophet Sean, right? And people try to tell you Sean Layden is wrong because, well, why would we listen to Sean Layden? Because Sean Layden ran one of the most successful businesses in gaming for years and has been within the business for 30 plus years. That's why you would listen to Sean Layden. That's why you would look at Sean Layden and say, yeah, he knows what he's talking about. I would listen to what he has to say, right? Not to say that nobody else doesn't also know what they're talking about, but we're seeing everything that Sean has said when it comes to this industry, when it comes to consolidation, when it comes to the sustainability of subscription services and all of that. We're seeing all of it come to fruition. We're seeing every single thing come to fruition. What do you do at that point? Now you're gonna have people try to detract and tell you, well, I got the dollar deal and I'm paid up until 2026. That ain't everybody. And then what about newcomers that's wanting to get into the service? Huh? And then what happens if the price increases to $40 a month, then $50 a month, 60, 70? Where does it end? When do the excuses stop? Where does it end? But again, Game Pass is the best deal in gaming because you get day and date releases. Fair. Can't argue that. Is it a good deal because you're getting day and date releases? Sure. But if you're getting less, because again, a lot of games got canceled. It didn't. Contraband just got canceled this week. Perfect Dark canceled. Studios shuttered away and shut down. I can't make this up. And see, a lot of people are going to listen to this show and think, oh yeah, it's console war. Or you just, you don't know what you're talking about, Persona. You're just a fanboy, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're in the Discord bar? All right, hold on. I'm about to pull up in the Discord right now. Hold up. I'm in the Wups Discord. Damn, we about to get an impromptu Wups. Wups boys unite. Reunion. Yeah. It's that sustainability. It's crazy. What y'all saying in the chat? Yo, Jay Sway, what's up, man? Dragon Sword, what's up? Eversley King, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you, man. Cal, what up, man? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up, coming through, rocking out with your boy. Aaron, what's up, man? I appreciate you, man. But this is why I say what I say. Yo, buy the games. Yo, I've been saying this for years, man. And the funny thing is, what I say, people try to misconstrue. Buy the games that you love, right? First of all, buy your fucking games, right? I don't care what, you can have some developers say, oh yeah, you don't need to buy our game. We still love that you just played it. Bullshit. You understand me? Bullshit. I don't want to hear that. If I'm a developer, buy my goddamn game. I put 5 years into this shit. Buy it, right? But buy the games you love. If I love Ghost of Yotei. If I love Ghost of Yotei, I'm buying that. If I can't wait for Ghost of Yotei, I'm buying that. If you can't wait for Fable, if I can't wait for Fable, I'm buying it. If I can't wait for GTA, whatever, I'm buying it. And again, the saying always gets misconstrued where they think, oh, you just need to buy every single game under the sun. No. Buy the games that you. Oh, go to go to the Wups chat. Yeah, screw it, come. Yeah, like buy your games.
I thought you was gonna retire, you nerd. I thought you quit YouTube. I thought you quit YouTube, nerd.
Oh man, I definitely took a break. I definitely took a break.
I thought you quit YouTube, nerd.
That's what they say, huh? That's what they saying about me?
Who said that? You got somebody else in there?
I don't know, man. Some nerd just said that shit.
Hey, yo, man. Yo, it's good to hear your voice on YouTube, man. You got a sexy voice, bro. You know what I mean?
Yo, Mari, you on that bullshit already? You coming in on that bullshit already?
Oh, no. Yesterday was closing, but today is the official closing, right? But we did such a great job is that in the middle of the week, the middle of the month in September, we was down like 20 million. You know what I mean? That was projecting to that not coming as far as the budget that we set, but ended up making that and more something. So I was just like, yo, that's why I had to work a little bit longer. But nah, man. I'm over here listening. I'm like, this man persona being a little nice. You know what I mean? He's being a little PC. You know what I'm saying? He's not speaking from the heart. Well, he's speaking from the heart, but he's not speaking from the heart. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, they saying hold on. They saying you low. Is Barry still low or is he good now? Let me know, chat, if Barry is if you can hear him loud and clear now. Pause.
I might be low because I know I lowered some.
No, it was me. I had it on the wrong audio setting for some reason. So that's why I just want to make sure they hear you. All right, go ahead. Yeah, you good. Go ahead.
Yeah. You're being too goddamn nice, man. Okay? You're being too goddamn nice, man. It's pissing me off. I'm over here clicking and clacking. I'm over here clicking and clacking. Hey, did y'all post this? Did y'all do this? Did y'all do that? And I'm here listening over here. I'm like, oh, look at this man being so nice. You being so PC. You know what I mean? Huh? You take a little 2-month break and then you come back. Oh, like, guys, Xbox, they raised the price and I told you. I told you. You're being a little bit too nice, bro. Okay. This is P. Where's persona? I want this is P. This is per. Nah, man. Yo, listen, bro. This junk crazy, dog. Is this junk? Yo, I was going through some of my videos earlier, and I was like, damn, look at all these predictions. Yo, and you know what's funny? I think it was either Jay Barry's show or it was a We Gon' Talk, and specifically said, I can see Xbox Game Pass going to $30, yo. And that was a year and a half ago. And look, we are here, bro. Pure craziness. This is what I wanted to say too, Upper. So my bad, bro. My bad, man. You ain't gotta look at me like that.
This an impromptu show, bro. Do your thing.
This is what I want to say. Once again, the console side of gaming is getting the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
If you look at that little plan that you have up there, up top of your head, man, that thing like it's going. It looks like it's going to fall down on your head. Be careful. Where's your helmet? But if you look at the little graph right here, right? Let's say you don't play on PC. Let's say you don't want EA Plus or what it called? EA Access or
Ubisoft Classics and EA Play.
What if you don't care about any of the cloud stuff? And we're gonna get into cloud stuff for a second. I'm just trying to prove a point here with the graph that's showing. They're kind of pushing the console gamer to be like, hey, if you still want to subscribe to Game Pass, and the reason why you subscribe to Game Pass is for the Xbox Day and Date games, you gotta spend $30 a month. $30 a month, and this is on the console side.
That's crazy.
Meanwhile, on the PC side of things, they got a price increase, but it's $16.50. Just look at the difference of how they want to treat you on the PC side of things and the console side of things. It is pure craziness. And then let's get into the cloud streaming. This cloud streaming is ass. 2 packs of ass, bro. They are tying quality of the streaming.
Yeah, that's nasty, bro.
To which tier you're in.
That's nasty. That is nasty, man. That's nasty.
I mean? You might as well just do what PlayStation did. Like, hey, if you want to do the streaming, you got to be premium. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're offering 1440p, which on PlayStation you get 4K 60. They talking about less wait time.
Crazy.
And then if you go $15 cheaper, you're not getting the quality, and you got more wait time.
Yeah, like, that's crazy, bro.
What the hell is this? What is the hell? Who the hell is waiting to play a game in the cloud for Xbox? Anybody playing no games over there anyway? You know what I'm saying? So I don't get what the hell is going on. Like who sat down there and was like, yo, this is going to be a great value for gamers. Don't get it twisted. There's value in here. I'm not going to fully shot it, but $30 a month. There's no yearly annual packaging where you can just purchase. You know what I mean? Because typically, if you get a year, you probably get a little discount. But if you are paying for Game Pass Ultimate going forward as of today till whenever, and you stay there for a year, because you know they're gonna start staggering these releases on these games.
Bro,
if you stay there for a year, that's gonna be $360.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god.
You got the most expensive console. You got the most expensive service. Heck, if you wanted your way, you would have had the most expensive games because you had multiple games that was going to cost you $80.
Trust me, that $80 that's still gonna happen to some degree. That shit is definitely gonna happen. They gonna push that, believe me.
Bro, this junk is crazy. This junk is crazy, bro. $30. And then I hear people comparing to Netflix. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, bro, Netflix is what? Like $20-something, $22,
$21, 22, something like that.
If you want the higher quality, yeah. That's what they doing here. Higher quality streaming.
Yeah, but Barry, my whole thing is these are things we were talking about back during the end. Remember towards the end of the council podcast when they first brought this up? We was talking about this, bruh. We was talking about the sustainability, especially with day and date. This ain't nothing new that we was talking about. We've been talking about this for years.
You know a funny persona? They was bashing us for years when we said, yo, support the developer. They took a simple quote and try to mix it into their own propaganda. Yep. You know what I mean? Their own agenda. They're like, oh, guys, look at it. Let's buy it in the game. Here it is, blah, 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 blah. Now I'm seeing all the people that talking about bashing us about supporting games. Now they're talking about, oh, let's buy your games. Sit your ass down. You piece of
Yo, listen. Yo, Nas, be about it, man. Sit your ass down, please. Let them know, bro.
Let me do persona. Let me chill, bro.
Chill, man. Cause like, yo, y'all a lot of people exposing themselves, man. Today, a lot of people got exposed and they got crow. They eating crow and they got egg on their face. Because again, the entire barring, because we was in the thick of it. The entirety of the ABK deal, what were people telling you? It's gonna make Game Pass this and profitability,
and
competition and all this bullshit. Go ahead.
People think like, yo, we dumb or we don't like recall what you say in the past, bro. Like every time when something like this happens, where you kind of figure these things is going to happen or you predict these things are going to happen, just due to the nature of the beast and the state of where gaming is at. And the people that was on the opposite side, the opposing side of everything that you have said, now all of a sudden this is happening. But I always said this. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You wasn't predicting none of this. You didn't predict an increase in the console price. You ain't an increase in the service price. You ain't predict an increase in the games price. You were saying Xbox is the best thing in the world. That's what you was preaching to your audience and to everybody that watches you. Xbox is the best thing in the world. Now I want to see what you're gonna be preaching. They're the most expensive thing in the world. Xbox, it's crazy to me, bro. Xbox is like they in last place in everything, and they treating their joint like it's like they like the Mercedes Benz in gaming.
You know what's the craziest thing about this, bro? And I was gonna touch on this next, but I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this. People were saying that PlayStation needs to follow Microsoft. And Mari,
the IGN chick was like, "Yo, I wish PlayStation did it first." Remember that? You seen that video? I don't know if you've seen that video.
Wait, did what first?
So there was a when the Xbox did their first price increase of I think we were still doing a podcast then. When they did the first price increase early in the year, IGN did the whole, what's the Xbox podcast? Unlocked.
Unlocked, yeah.
And there was this girl, I forgot her name.
Is it that colorful hair chick with the glasses?
She got I don't know if she got colorful hair, but she got glasses. Yeah. She
she Asian?
Spanish.
Oh, she's Spanish?
Yeah, and she
Okay.
was like,
She's Spanish. She cute.
this.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. My fault. My mind went somewhere else. Go ahead.
She was like, this wouldn't have stung this bad if PlayStation would have done it first. I was saying, yeah,
What?
I think people clipped this journal. I'm pretty sure you probably seen it
I
around
probably
or
seen
somewhere.
it.
There's
And
no way
just,
you missed it.
yo, what? Yo, ain't no way. Yo, that's crazy to say like outright. What? I wish PlayStation would have did it first because it would
Bruh,
sting as bad.
they said it outright, bruh. They said it outright.
Damn, that's
You know what I mean?
crazy.
Xbox dropping a handheld that's a
$1,000.
PC, $1,000.
1,000.
Right? Like, yo, to be an Xbox gamer is pricey.
It's pricey.
You
That
know what
ain't
I'm
even
saying?
a word, bro. That shit is. Whew.
But yo, we call these things with these
Absolutely.
acquisitions, with
Absolutely.
the Bethesda, with the Activision. We said the gamers is going to foot the bill.
Bro,
There's no way you're buying up all these publishers and you're not expecting the gamer themselves to fit the bill.
especially with day and date. I've been saying, yo, bruh,
Yep.
we've been saying this for years, man. And what people say, oh, you just PlayStation fanboys. You just mad because they always go to, well, if PlayStation was buying them, you wouldn't be saying this. Bro, I would be saying the same thing. If PlayStation was buying
Yo.
ABK, I would look at it as there's definitely going to be some price increases that's going to come along with this because an acquisition of this size, you're going to want to recoup those profits quickly, but then also you're going to want to recoup those profits and then some. Like that's the
Bro,
thing
there's
people don't understand.
Nobody can be like, oh, we didn't talk about PlayStation when we needed to talk about PlayStation. Just for like majority of this year, nobody in here was focusing on what Xbox is doing. It's just until like as of late. But this whole year, people have been unsubscribing. They have been, you know what I mean? When you talk about PlayStation,
the last 15 episodes of the podcast, we were dunking on PlayStation heavy. Every episode we was getting at PlayStation even heavier,
price
especially
increase,
with everything
all
that was
stuff.
going on. For the
But nobody
last
can be
15
like,
episodes,
hey, you
of
know how
Bucks.
people like to compare. You talking about your podcast right now is focused on Xbox, but in these people's mind, they're gonna be like, oh, why you not talking about PlayStation? You know what I'm saying? But yo, we've been talking about PlayStation.
Yo, we've been talking about PlayStation for a long time. Yo, speaking of cancellations, hold on, I wanted to show this too, because like I couldn't believe what I was seeing. So apparently Wario, he posted that like people are actually crashing. The site is actually crashing, sorry, to cancel your Game Pass.
I seen it.
I'm at a loss for words. Oh, I'm trying to find the tweet. Hold
Bruh,
on.
in that tweet, I'm seeing Xbox fanboys that typically defend Xbox for everything. They were like, don't go to the website, go to the Xbox console and cancel it. But the thing is, like, you really can't cancel Game Pass due to the fact that you still need it to play online. So I think what people are doing, they're probably canceling the Ultimate, and then they probably going to the cheaper tier, like the $15 or the $10 or whatnot. But at the end of the day, you're always going to have that Game Pass here in the console.
Bruh, they
If you play
crashing
online.
the site because people ain't trying. Yo, listen, are people gonna vote with their wallets here? Sure, to some degree. But you got to stick to your guns. Wow, GameFly got their sign up page in the comments. Yo, this is crazy, bro. Wow.
Yeah, you seen GameStop? Yo, they're going at it, bruh. GameStop was like, yo, you can buy 4 games for $20 or something. I was like, yo, son, crazy this.
Barry, so let me ask you this question. Do you think, like, what do you think happens next, in your opinion? Like,
Bro,
what happens next? Like, because obviously people are gonna always want to bring this back to PlayStation. So we both like PlayStation. We used to do a PlayStation podcast, so let's entertain that. How do you think PlayStation responds to such news? We know that the price increase happened with the console. We know that the Xbox Ally was just released. It's at $1,000. Now we're seeing a price increase for the highest tier of Game Pass, where games are day and date, and where that tier is kind of where it's at. How do you think PlayStation responds to this?
Yeah, like I think you'll be living in la la land if you don't think a price increase when it comes to these services, or even when it comes to the console, is going to happen with PlayStation as well. My whole thing with PlayStation is going to be the reasoning why they're doing it, right? Because at the end of the day, in my personal opinion, I don't think PlayStation needs to be upping any price anymore when it comes to their service. You up the price already so much, you don't need to up it anymore. Um, the benefit of what PlayStation philosophy is when it comes to the service is that they don't offer PlayStation Studio games day and day in there. You know what I mean? Their goal, their mindset is to sell those games day one, without having it being in a service. So that is a part of why this Xbox price increase is happening, is because look at the games that you're putting in there. A game like Call of Duty, you're going to have to make up for those missed sales of the game, having this game in the service. So that's why you're seeing these things being adjusted. Before Xbox bought Activision, I told people that Activision philosophy doesn't align themselves with Xbox when it comes to Game Pass. They look at their games as premium games that you will buy the game day one or whenever you buy it, not to be put into a service. Xbox obviously changed some of that, but you can still see some of the philosophy that Activision had is still lingering in there, because look at the changes that this is the second change that they're doing just because of Call of Duty coming in there. A big game like Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to PlayStation, I personally feel like they shouldn't be changing any price. You know what I mean? Yo, 160 a year for premium is that's enough. That is enough. That's already expensive in my personal opinion. That's already expensive. Them changing the price or upping the price anymore is a total greed, especially if you're not increasing the amount of games that's going in there. You're not increasing the quality of games that's going in there. If you're not doing any of that, them increasing the price is totally greed. And if they do that, PlayStation Nation definitely needed to speak up and definitely talk about it, because that would be insane. I don't want to hear no lukewarm, oh, but this is what's happening in this part of the industry. I don't want to hear that, none of that bullshit, because if you don't want no rant and me screaming or cursing y'all motherfuckers out, I better not see that if another price increase happen with PlayStation. But that's my opinion. I don't think they need to have one. But in the state that we are in this
It
gaming
probably
industry,
will happen. Absolutely.
it probably the problem is with this gaming industry now is that we see all these price increases, but it's not changing the development standards or what's going on in development, because people are still getting fired left and right when you're breaking record-breaking profits and revenues. We're seeing less games. You know what I mean? Like, the industry itself is in a total flux. Like, I don't even understand. I don't even get it. You know what I mean? You're increasing the price. You're saying that you're the most profitable generation, but yet you got so many studio closures. You got games not coming out. Money's not being allocated here to this. It's just weird, you know? So on a consumer standpoint, we're seeing all these price increases, but are we getting better quality? Are we getting more games? Are we seeing more benefits, really and truly?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, we're not.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Like, yeah, no, you're right. Like, when it comes to PlayStation, especially the highest tier, the classics, they've been falling off a lot with the classics, especially with not having trophies tied to these classic games. I agree with you 100%. If PlayStation increases the price of their highest tier, it's pure greed, and it's disgusting, especially if there's no change to the quality or the releasing of especially those classic games. They need to get better with that, especially when you look at the catalog of games that PlayStation by itself has. Why is Infamous 1 and 2 still not native on the console yet? You feel me? Resistance 1 and 2, you put that out there, but no trophies and all that. No, the trophies are there. For Resistance 1, there's no trophies. Why there no trophies for that, right? There's a ton of other games that people are hoping.
Resistance 1 is on the streaming joint?
Yeah. If I'm
Really?
yeah, it is.
Okay.
Or remakes, right? It's just a ton of things with PlayStation. Like, obviously we can go on and on, but I do agree, like, when it comes to PlayStation and their pricing, especially for their subscription service, increasing that is pure greed. Pure and utter greed. Let me get these super chats real quick.
Did you try Marvel Cosmic Invasions? I tried a little bit at lunch break. It's on
I didn't
Steam.
play.
The demo's on Steam.
I added it to my Steam library, but I didn't download it on my PC yet. How is it?
You're gonna like it, bro. So
We can
what
play
they're
together
doing
on the
is-
demo or no?
It looks like you can, because it says something about join another person. I'm not sure, but if you're playing single player, like, you know, the demo, what you could do is that they make you pick 2 characters. So there's only 9 characters in this demo, but you can pick. So I pick like Spider-Man and I pick Wolverine, and then you can switch, interchange in combos and all that stuff. It's really good, man. It's really good.
I can't wait. I'm about to install it after this. I'm definitely gonna play that demo because I'm really, really excited for this game. Cosmic Invasion. Yo, it's a lot of gaming, bro. That Yote, Black Ops 7 beta, Final Fantasy Tactics. Oh my god, bro, I can't keep up. Next month, this month is Dragon Quest 1 and 2, Octopath Traveler 0 in December. It's too many games, man. I ain't got
Hey,
yo,
yo,
listen,
listen.
it's a lot of shit that
Listen.
released, chat. I haven't even played or been able to start yet. Cause I've been way too busy, yo. I have not been able to game like at all, yo. So like I'm way
Hey, yo,
behind.
listen. Don't ask me on no podcast this month, man. I'm giving y'all that fair warning. Don't ask me on no podcast this month.
Yo, y'all know better
You
than
know
to
what I'm
ask me, yo. Shout out to my bro Mooch. Yo, Mooch is my guy. You hear what I say? Mooch, that's my bro. I respect the hell out of Mooch and I love his show. I even had to turn Mooch down. Mooch hit me up like, yo, Persona, pull up. I say, yo, brother, I don't do shows, man. Like, I can't. I can't. Like, I'm too busy. Like, I just got a lot going on. I can't. And that's and Mooch is one person I would pull up. Like, I would definitely like break my rule and like, I'll pull up the Mooch show. Like, that's probably one of the only few people I would pull up for and be like, yeah, I'll pull up. I'll come to a show for sure.
There's too many games where I don't want to just talk. You know what I mean? I'm trying to play.
Trying to
Like, yo,
play.
Final Fantasy Tactics and Ghost of Yote in the same week, and COD Beta in the same week. I'm not.
Crazy.
My time is going to be allocated or allotted to playing the game more rather than just talking. Yo,
Exactly.
I want to do a show today, but I was like,
Who?
nah, I'm good.
Who?
I was going to do a show today,
Oh
J
yeah.
Bar show, but I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yo, this a quickie. You feel me? I was like, yo, I just want to talk about this stuff real quick, put my thoughts out there because this was something that we've been talking about for a long time, Bari. I had to like, nah, I got to do a show today. I have to because we've been talking about this too much, like for years of now what's finally happened. Let me get these super chats real quick. Yo, DC, I appreciate you, bro, for the super chat. Imagine how all developers with Game Pass deals feel seeing this blowback. It will hurt them hard. It will hit them hard too. It's already been hitting them hard. Listen, every developer ain't seeing no success through Game Pass, man. And again, I don't care what nobody say. I'd rather see somebody buy my game than try my shit and put it down and not and like try my shit in some subscriptions subsidized service and not even complete it or get past the tutorial. Nah, buy my shit, man. Yo, Tricelsius, I appreciate you for the super chat. It says 2-pack of ass, Mr. J Barry 2025. Absolutely. J Lou, man, appreciate you for the super chat. They asked Xbox to bring back the 360. That's dead. Yo, listen, this shit crazy. You know what I say? This shit is crazy.
That's funny as hell.
Any other thoughts, Barry, with this you wanna put out there for yourself? A 2-pack of ass. Yo, hold on. Yo, Barry, talk about. I gotta get your thoughts, man. I need to hear your thoughts on like the apologists, the zealots, the ones that just talking about, yeah, this is the best deal in gaming and Xbox is the future and Game Pass is the future. All that bullshit, man. Like all that stuff we seeing blowback for and like we just seeing
wrong.
like they were wrong. Like they all look foolish today, bro. I need you to talk about that real quick, man. Give me your thoughts.
Yeah, listen. At the end of the day, like a lot of people think that we just be talking out our ass when it comes to a lot of things, but yo, we're pretty knowledgeable when it comes to gaming. We speak to enough people within the industry. We speak to enough developers on hearing their thoughts when it comes to some of these services or whatnot. And yeah, we can also, share our criticism or share our opinions when it comes to some of the stuff that we hear or have experienced. And yeah, when it comes to Microsoft and everything that they've been doing, this is like deja vu because at the end of the day, we've been calling a lot of these things, and people have been saying that we're toxic, we're wrong, and all that stuff. I'm just waiting. I haven't seen anybody like that say anything Persona, but I'm waiting to see what some of these people are gonna say because I'm just like, yo, there's no way you got to take some accountability for the things that you say.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
They all got
You
to
gotta
take
some
accountability. They all got it. That's why I said at the beginning of the show, yeah, most of this is Microsoft's fault, but some of these influencers and game media personalities, they are also somewhat responsible because they weren't honest. They weren't honest with themselves and they weren't honest with their audience, and they were out pushing a narrative and parroting a lot of dumb talking points and craziness instead of really being honest of like, yo, look, yeah, this is great, but is it sustainable long term? Probably not. Is it the best deal in gaming? For the moment, sure. But is it going to be long term? Probably not.
Xbox's ass.
But here they are now trying to say, yeah, this is wrong, this is bad. It's too late. You've got egg on your face. It's too late. Your time to speak was when ZeniMax happened. Your time to speak was ABK. Because now you speaking is it's too late. Sorry, not sorry. You should have spoke up when you had the chance. Now you look foolish because you were in favor, right? Especially for the likes of people like Destin who didn't care about job loss, consolidation, or anything like that, and said this was better for gaming. He didn't see any indication that an acquisition like this could be hurtful not only to developers but hurtful to the industry. Well, Destin, can you see it now?
Can you see it now?
Can you see it now? Can you see it now, sir?
Told you so.
Crazy.
Yo, he still follow you, or he block you, or what?
Nah,
he
he
do
ain't
with you?
blocked me. I muted him a while back. He don't follow. We don't follow each other.
Oh, y'all never follow each other?
No. Nope, not at all. Retail is not even selling the Xbox. Listen, man. South Star. This shit crazy, man.
Yo, I ain't even tell you, bruh. Yo, I was in Tehran space the other day, and some Xbox dude came in there trying to lie to the people, talking about he worked for EA and he got the data and the stats saying that more people buy games for EA on Xbox than on PlayStation, and more people spend money when it comes to EA games on Xbox than PlayStation. That's complete utter lie. And then the
What?
news came about EA selling, and the news came out about Xbox not being in like Costco's and retailers not even selling the games. I'm just like, yo, bro, everything that you're saying is that there's so much stuff that's stacked against your point, your talking point. Microsoft don't even come out with these numbers. EA don't even specify their platform revenue or like the specifics as far as how much they're making. But anybody with common sense would tell you that we already know that you make way more money on the PlayStation side just due to the sheer volume of consoles and the sheer volume of people playing on the PlayStation. Is just there's more potential there. And Microsoft even owns studios is telling people that they don't buy no goddamn games.
Jesus. Yo, real talk. I mean, obviously the conversation is centered around Microsoft, but just from what I'm seeing, bro, this industry as a whole is just like it's in the shitter right now, bro. Like it's bad right now, man. It really is like bad right now. This industry right now really is in the shitter. I feel bad because like going into next generation, it's really gonna be interesting to see how this next generation plays out, how it shapes up.
Yo, to be honest with you, everything that Microsoft is doing, they have their contingency plan to get the hell up out of the console side, yo. Because personally, like I said, like it was like 2 weeks ago, like yo, they gearing people up to like not care about the Xbox console. You know what I mean? That's why you having these ROG Ally X, or they foreshadowing here, telling you like, yo, you know, we're going to OEM route. You know, we're not gonna, you know, manufacture these things like that. You know, we have somebody else manufacturing with us, you know, license it off. But yeah, everything console wise doesn't look appetizing to be like, hey, I need to go get an Xbox. The console, people buy into consoles because it's cheaper, it's more accessible, the cost of entry is lower. You know what I mean? And it's just plug in and play, the simplicity. But now, that's not the case. And this is why we speak so much on the PlayStation, because I don't want PlayStation looking like fucking Xbox.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? When people think about Xbox, you can go to a regular casual Joe Schmo across the street, just down the street, and be like, hey, you know, what do you think about gaming? I'm pretty sure Xbox is not coming up in their head. It's gonna be Nintendo or PlayStation. It ain't gonna be no Xbox
PC.
or heck even PC.
Yeah, or PC to a lesser degree. Jeez.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Nobody grandma is saying, "Hey, are you gonna buy an Xbox?" Nobody grandma is saying that, bro. They saying PlayStation or Nintendo.
My nana sure as hell ain't. My nana
Yeah,
looking
man.
at the Switch. She want the Switch too. You feel me? She got that. She want that PS5. You understand? Trying to play Ghost of Yote. You understand me? I like them swords. They swinging there, baby. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. But yo, this was a good show, man. Like I said, it wasn't gonna be too long, but I definitely wanted to get my thoughts out there. And shout out to my bro Barry, the big bro, coming through.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here.
Impromptu. Yo, any last outro or anything, Barry?
Nah, man, I'm just happy that personal, work wise things panned out how it is, because next week I'm on vacation.
Yes,
boy.
sir.
When that Friday hit, I'm gone.
Yes, sir.
Don't call me. I'm on that.
Yes,
Listen. Normally it don't work out how you want it planned, but the plan is just to get all these games out. I want to complete a whole bunch of games that I haven't completed yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to finish up Tactics and Ghost of Yote, within that week. So I'm gonna be no life, and I'm gonna be bumming it up. I'm gonna be stinking.
Man. That man said no haircut. That man gonna be woofing like crazy.
we gonna be
Snacks
vibing.
on deck.
We gonna be vibing.
And we definitely gonna be on that COD for sure too. Try that out.
Oh yeah, COD. I'm gonna do a COD Sunday.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you know what I mean?
sir.
So hopefully, I think I'm gonna title it "We Back or Nah."
Yo, that's a good title too. I'm a stream too over the weekend. Definitely trying to play Ghost of Yote. I haven't even started Tactics yet. Ghost of Yote.
Yeah, if you stream it in the weekend, just let me know. But like I feel like I just want to stream it on Sunday, because really truly I really want to just play Ghost of Yote.
Yeah. No, I get you. I get you. Yote is like top of the list, but I do want to at least try this COD to see what's up and see if it's something I'm gonna play long term or invest in for sure. Usual post where if I'm not feeling it, cancel my pre-order, post up the picture, piss everybody off, and keep it pushing.
I'm waiting for the
I'm waiting for
that code.
Yeah. All right, then, yo, it's good chopping up with you, big bro.
I think it's a long open.
It's for a week
anyway.
Yeah, it's for like a week.
Yeah.
Instead of the weekend, it's a week. So
we'll regardless of what it is, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, though, bro.
All right, bro. Later, man. Yeah, shout out to my bro Barry, man. Wups boys reunited a little bit. A little chat. Hope y'all enjoyed that. But yo, man, listen, chat. I appreciate everybody coming through, man. Round of applause for the folks in the chat. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this impromptu show when Persona Speaks, man. It was fun chopping it up with the chat, chilling with y'all, vibing on and whatnot, man. I miss y'all a lot, man. Shout out to Cobb Sandy for the super chat. Says they do want people to play Xbox everywhere, meaning third party. Yeah, good point. I miss y'all, man. I hope y'all missed me. I'll try to be more active, fall time and whatnot, but just a lot of outside responsibilities, it's just keeping me from doing that right now, where I can't even game as much as I want to these days, man. Did I pick up Silent Hill? No, I didn't. But yo, listen, I appreciate y'all. Another round of applause for the folks in the chat. I really appreciate y'all, man. And I'm gonna try my hardest to stream some Call of Duty this weekend, and we could chop it up, and I'll give my thoughts on COD, and have some, have the community come through. You feel me? Barry will be there. Damien. I'm sure Damien will probably pull up for the COD over the weekend. TZ, Kendra, DC, Nell. I'm sure a lot of people will pull up and play. So it'll be a fun time this weekend, and anybody can come through too. Like, if I do stream, anybody's welcome. It's not just, if anybody want to come through and play. I know E-Dog likes to pull up too and play and whatnot, and so everybody's welcome. I heard you got the Vault Edition of COD this year. Absolutely not. I pre-ordered that shit on Amazon. They get my money. Taking Persona Junior to the park all summer. Yo, Eversley, chill. Yo, listen, chat, like I said to y'all, man, when I do have a kid, I promise I'll let y'all know, man. When my shorty is pregnant, I'll definitely let y'all, I'll let the chat know. Like, I'm having a kid. I'll let y'all know. No kid right now though, guys. I don't got no kids yet. Not yet. Right. But all right, chat. Yo, I appreciate y'all, man. I hope y'all have a great Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday evening. Be safe, have fun with whatever you're doing. It's Ghost of Yote Eve. So, for those that playing Ghost of Yote at midnight, hope you guys enjoy it. I'll definitely be diving into some Ghost of Yote tomorrow and over the weekend as well. So, I can't wait to dive into that. But with that being said, chat, I appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe. And it's been your boy Persona, and I'm out, guys.